Hello friends, welcome to Python Masterclass, and the topic of today's lecture is variables, strings and numbers in Python. So let's begin. First we will talk about variables. So what are variables? Variables are used to store information to be referenced and manipulated in a computer, right? It means that any information that you want to be stored and use later, that needs to be stored in a variable. That is the function of a variable. Variables can be think of as containers that hold information. So they are used to hold information that can be used anywhere at any point of the time in a code. And their sole purpose is to label and store data in memory. So for that you can again I'm telling to use the data whenever you want, you need to store it in a variable. Okay, and this data can be used throughout your program. So this is all about a variable. So variable is nothing but just a piece of information that needs to be stored in a memory so that it can be referenced in future and manipulated throughout your program. Okay, so we will just look at an example. Here you can see that this is a variable name, and the value that is text my name is Abhi is stored in this variable. Okay, now you can use this text anywhere in your program just by using this name. For example, I'm printing this print name will print this whole text into the system. You don't have to write exclusively this one, just use writing the name will be sufficient. Okay, so I will show you with the help of an example. So this is our code part, and I'm going to write the code and show you how it is done. So this is the variable name, and it has been this is a variable name, and the value my name is Avi is stored in this variable. Okay, so now we are going to access it from another line. For example, just we have to print what is inside the name. Okay, okay. So just name, and when I use this it will just print this text. So we will save it and I will run the, let's see what happens. So the output comes as my name is Abhi. So this is the variable, the value that is stored in the variable name, and it's been printed just by using print and the variable name. Similarly, we can change it for, let it be x y z, anything we can, and we save it, and again if we have to clean it, and if we run it again, okay, my name is xyz. So the function, the use of the variable is to store any data which can be used anywhere in the program. Here you have seen that I have used name, the value of the name has been printed. Now I'm going to show you another variable, greetings. Greetings, I'm storing hello morning. Now I'm going to print it, print greetings. Okay, and I will save it. So here I have used another variable greetings and have stored the value hello good morning into it, and then I'm going to print it. So let's see what happens. First I have to clear the console, and yeah, when I run it, it shows my name is xy, this is the name variable, and hello good morning, this is the greetings variable, right? So this is how a variable is defined. Now our next topic is rules for naming and using variables. Okay, so variables name can only be letters, numbers and underscores. So this things needs to be in mind that name can only be letters A to Z, numbers 0 to 9, any number you can add, and an underscore you can use, right? The second point is name can start with a letter or underscore, but not with numbers. So if you name a variable that starts with a number, then that will be a bad example. That will be a bad naming convention, and it will give an error. I'll show you what error it will be. And the third point is don't use Python keywords. Keywords means certain words that are not that cannot be used in a program that is fixed. Their purpose is fixed, their value is fixed. For example, I have shown you the print part. The print value is quite a fix. Okay. Now I have to show you these 3 points and what happens when you use them. Okay. So we are again in the variable section. I'm going to remove all these things first. So I'm going to show you the first thing that variable name can be a number of text and an underscore. So this is my variable message underscore 1. Here you can see it is consist of text underscore and 1. And the value that it's going to store is hello world, a standard first program for any language. So it's going to store hello world. Then we're going to print it. Right. We're going to save it and run it. Let's see what happens. First cleaned. Okay. Hello world. Okay. If it's fine. Numbers, letters, underscore, no error. The second I'm going to show you to start a variable with a number. It will be second underscore. Look, you can see that there is a red color. Red message equals to, let's see, A, B, and C, and try to print it. To underscore message. I'm going to save it and try to run it. Let's see what it shows. Yeah, here you can see if I to underscore message equals to ABC syntax error. It's showing a syntax error, invalid decimal literal. It means invariable decimal at the start of the variable name. So it shows that it is not acceptable to use a number as a number to start the variable name. Okay, so we're going to remove it. The third point that I have told you is to not use a keyword. Here you can see print is a keyword, because the meaning of print in Python is just to print a variable or anything. So it doesn't have any other meaning. It cannot have any other meaning. So I'm going to show you how an error can come up when you use it. So we will define the variable name as print equals to A, B, and C, right? Now try to print it. This is a function print, and inside that we're going to use the print variable. Okay, we will save it and try to run it. Okay, yeah, here you can see again hello world is print type error, string object is not callable. So I will tell you in the later part when we solve exceptional handlings, errors, that what type of error is this, but to keep it in mind, we cannot use keywords of Python as a variable name. Okay, fine. So this is what is about variable and the naming convention. I'm going to give another example of printing in Python. Okay. we're going to get a name, Abhi, right? Now I'm going to greet Mr. Abhi. How are we going to do it? Print. Let's give a greeting as good morning. Comma. Variable name is name. Okay. So this is a print statement. What he's doing is print and then a message that you want to show, suppose good morning, and the variable name. So what is going to happen? Will it going to print it? Let's see. If you run it, it shows good morning Abhi. So this is another way of using print and the variable name to do something. Okay. We can add another thing, right? Print do you want coffee? To save it. Run it. Morning Abhi, do you want coffee Abhi? So this is how we can print different variables using print statement and variable name, right? So you must be getting confused, what is this double quotes and all this about. So in the next part, just after this, I'm going to tell you about the strings, which is very important, the basics to know understand this. Okay, so move on to the strings.